Hi everyone, in this video we're going to talk about the LCD digital microscope which is in your lab kit. So I got this from Amazon and I'll put the link in the description below, but unfortunately Amazon doesn't have like a video instructions on how to assemble the different parts of the mic. This video I'm going to just like talk about how to assemble this. So yeah, so the first thing is like when we like unbox it, we try and remove all the parts that are kind of like protected in the styrofoam at the same, try and remove them at the same time. So it kind of like looks like that. And so just like try to like take out the whole thing. Yeah, so I have that. And I put this here. Okay. So okay. All right, so the first part of it looks something like that. You have this biggest part, I would say, which has like the screen. It has like a place where you can just kind of like go side to side. So we'll talk about that in a second. And then these are like the functions that you need to be able to operate what's on the screen. So put that aside. And the next thing that it has in here is this part which has what they describe as like wheels, but these like in the conventional microscope would be the adjustment focusing knobs, kind of like what you turn up and down to try and like focus your image. And then it has like this little like big wheel, and that's what we're going to actually connect to that screen part here. Okay, so that the wheel is kind of like face backwards. So we'll put that here, and then so that this is at the back and the screen is like in front. I'll put that right here. Then it comes with a manual. The manual doesn't really give instructions on like how to assemble, but it actually like talks about the different parts of the microscope, the names, and then on page then yeah, it talks about like how to operate. Mostly it's clear about how to operate like the screen, and like how to zoom in and stuff once you've assembled everything. But it's actually doing a good job at talking about how you can connect this to your computer, so I'll talk about that later. And then one fun thing that it actually comes with like 2 examples of microscope slides that you can actually try and observe. There's an onion epidermis sample, then there's a honeybee wings, and so this is a good compartment to keep microscope slides, including the ones that you will make. Okay, so we'll keep that in there. And then it has like a USB cable connection, and so when you look at this, one side it actually has like a microchip. So if you like when you see an image, you can take a video or take a photo, and then you can actually like store. It can be stored in here. So to actually operate that, the microchip is already there. You can just like either use like a pin, or like me, if you have like long nails, you press and then it kind of like comes loose, and you can actually take it out there, and or you can put it back in. So but then we won't be using that. Force it in back. Okay, but we have a connection where you can actually go like to the USB, and then this will go to your computer. So that's the connection, and then it has a little cloth to kind of like clean the microscope. You can't really get to the lens, so almost like clean like your screen if you need to. Then the last thing it has is second last thing, it has like a base. So this might actually be this way, I can't remember, but I opened this already. So this is going to be like the base. On a conventional like compound light microscope, this would be the stage, and on the stage this is where you now like would put your sample to observe. These are like stage clips that you kind of like try and hold your sample secure. And then this little connection is what's going to like finally connect your top of your microscope to your stage or your base. And the last thing that's in here is this kind of like rod that connects the two parts. Okay, yeah, so we're gonna have this, the white part at the top, and then somehow have to connect this too. Okay, so how do we actually do that? Okay, so someone suggested something very useful is that you can actually first remove this black kind of like knob here, and then place it. Actually, no, before we do that, is that this part has to connect to the knobs. This part that is here, there's actually like a hole at the top, so you push that in there. It has to go all the way down, so I can actually come to the bottom here and connect on this part. But then this knob is what should make is what's going to like loosen this, so I can actually push this all the way in. So you have to like unscrew it from there, and it says like lock and lock. So now I'm locking it in. It has to go all the way here. Make sure it's like secure. And then what you want is like, we want it to kind of like eventually be like that. Okay, like this. But we need this black connection. So when you put it down this way, then we put this down. So once I kind of like sit firmly onto it, and then we then screw that down here. Okay, so then it's actually firm that way, and then this goes here. Okay, yeah, so we have like like 3 main parts. The top part with the screen, you connect the parts with the wheels or the focusing knobs from here. Okay, and this could be the last thing you actually connect. You can actually put the base and this first, and then you put that last this way. So then that's how we have it. Okay, and when you move these focusing knobs, kind of like puts this up and down, so it goes closer to the stage, or if you take this up, it goes away from there. So to focus a sample on the microscope here, you have to use both this knob and then this one. So obviously, like, to make this simple digital microscope, the idea was borrowed from like a conventional compact light microscope. So how do we observe our sample? Okay, so here we have the on button. Oh, and then by the way, it has a battery at the back. I believe it's a lithium battery. I think it gets charged when you connect to the USB. So we turn that on, and then there's a menu part that you can go up and down using these arrows here, and then you can press OK if you want to see any of those things, and then you press menu to kind of like escape. Okay, so how do we focus on this? Okay, so I'm going to use a sample of their microscope, but you are going to make your own microscope slides. And so we have a sample, and we want to like focus like the lens part. So this is the lens is kind of like under here, and it has like little lights in there, and there's actually like a mirror at the stage here. So you move the stage clips away, and then you put your sample, and then you secure that with the stage clip. And this will obviously be facing you, because you're actually, instead of like using like lens where you're looking through, this is kind of like the screen is like what's helping you look through and observe your sample. So I should look in here. So I'm looking from this way. I don't think it's clear on the microscope, on the camera, but yeah, so it's like by playing with this I can see this wing, and then if I go up and down using these knobs, then I can actually like focus it much further, but that's not very clear on the camera. Yeah, so explore that and just like see what you see, what you're able to see. So here you can see like the wing of this honeybee. Okay, so in a nutshell, that's how we use it. And so you can take a picture by just pressing the middle button, like the OK button, and it takes a picture. If you hold it for a really long time, then it starts recording. You actually see like the recording icon on the corner, and then that's actually been stored like in the microchip, or if you connect it to your computer, then that's what it is. Okay, and you can adjust the light that is coming through by using this knob on the side. Okay, and those little circles that are showing are actually like lights that are actually in there. All right, yeah, so that's in a nutshell, that's how you use that. And then when you're done, just like take your slide out, and you can store it in this little box, and then you can turn that off. So to use a computer, and by putting in like the USB, you have to install a software which has been indicated on page EN6, so watch out for that. And then yeah, so here actually you can actually see from this side here I have like 6 images and videos that I had used before. You can actually like access to go back and see. All right, so if you have any questions, we can talk about them during this week's class. All right, enjoy and see you soon.